Hello, Cancer. This is Bonnie from Soul Star Bliss with your April 2025 mini tarot reading. I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you for your patience and all your well wishes for me being out in March. I really appreciate that. And if you'd like, stick around. We will do the love and money pull at the end. But let's see what's coming up for you in general for the month of, April. Here we go. Let's take a look. What is coming up for Cancer for April? Okay, we have the Emperor, we have the Seven of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, ooh, the Hermit. This is going to get good, I can tell already. Wheel of Fortune, Two of Wands, the Justice card, and then the Eight of Wands. So it says it's important here to not be giving your power away. Don't always be saying yes. It's okay to use the N word, which is no. And it says that everything can't be one-sided. This has to do, I believe, with relationships, but it could just be a love relationship. It's not just a love relationship. It could be sister, brother, mom and daughter, anything like that. It just says things will fall into place when you stop giving your power away. And sometimes by giving our power away is when we say yes, when we really want to say not only no, no. So it just says use it wisely, and you don't have to say it. You can just say no. And not owe an explanation when you say no, by the way. It says here, putting worries to rest. It says you've learned a lot this last year, like in 2024. And you've realized that or I hope you've realized that you are smart and you know how to do things, and you're learning how to stand up and count on yourself. I do feel like there's going to be gating in the midst of change this month, meaning things go up, things go down, one step forward, two steps back, and then two steps forward, and so on and so on. But go with the flow. Everything can't be perfect. Well, it can be perfect, but it's not going to be, I guess. But it's going to be like you get it. You think, okay, I can do this. It's working. Wheel of Fortune says things are going to get better. Choices you've made, especially in relationship. Those of you that are in relationships, you're going to see improvements. If they haven't started already, they're going to. And part of that is going to be you stepping up to the plate and speaking up. And I feel like you're going to get what you deserve. And when I say that, I know when I do in-person readings, I can see the person's face go, oh no. No, sometimes you do. You have to realize you do deserve joy. You do deserve bliss. You do deserve ease. Don't forget that for yourself. But it says here, waiting and waiting and waiting for something to happen. Sometimes you have to kick things into gear yourself. Especially if you're waiting for an answer from a partner about, when are we going to do this? Why isn't this done? And you don't have to be a negahina about it. You can just say, let's talk about this. And remember, the tower that's come in the relationship, we all have towers. Everybody has tower moments. It says again, and I sound like a broken record, I think I've said this 3 times today already, is the tower sometimes comes to clear the way for what you're supposed to get. And if you look back, just look back and see how many times that has happened to you. Seems like lessons that are learned are really going to make changes for you, specifically in relationships. Even if you're not in a relationship, things that you've learned along the way so far are really going to help with relationship choices. And I don't think I'm talking about who you choose to be in a relationship with. I think how things are interacted in there. And it almost might be like an apprentice. If something, if you're getting back together after a breakup with somebody, you need to sit down and make like a contract of some kind, like there's no bringing up the past or whatever it is that causes these explosions of anger and arguments. And it says, and if you can do that with a kind heart and the person can see what you're saying, this could really be magical. And that seems to be for people that have broken up and getting back together, especially with family. If you have a family, it's well worth it to try. And if you need to get help from the outside, like a counselor, family counselor, a priest, a minister, whatever, do it. It's worth it. Or if you feel it's worth it. And, sometimes you are meant to split up, but if you do everything you can to make it better, you can walk away with, with no guilt, without things haunting you. But being the chariot you are, I have a feeling you can work this out quite nicely. And then worrying about things, how if it's a new relationship and thinking, oh my God, the last one didn't work, what am I doing? Do not bring that fear to that new relationship. Excuse me. I think people are put in our path for different reasons. And if you had problems before, you really need to heal yourself before you get into another relationship, I think. It says if you're already in it, do the best you can. Speak up and speak kindly. Kind words, people's ears don't close. When you scream on the top of your lungs, guess what? They're probably not going to hear anything you said. But wish, wants, and daydreams, make them happen. I feel like those of you that are in new relationships really could make them work as long as you're honest and straightforward. Don't be bringing guilt from the past into a new relationship. And I don't know why we're on this thing of new relationships, but that's what's coming up here. Just be true to yourself. That's the best course of action. First, be true to yourself, but also be willing to hear the other person. And if they want changes, you can negotiate and make things better. And it says here that when we can put our problems in the past, be done, fix them and move on, the happy dance, time to celebrate. And it says too here, for those of you that are having difficulty at work, if you're having a problem at work, I know sometimes it's a sign of things to come. If you're really unhappy at work, you could start looking for another position. Doesn't mean you have to take it, but sometimes just knowing there's other possibilities could make it easier for you. In this crazy world we're in right now, nobody knows how secure their job is or is not. So it says here, just do the best you can. Don't make any haphazard decisions. Like I don't think I'd walk in tomorrow and say I quit if I got 3 kids and a wife at home or a husband at home that I have to feed. So it just says use, balance. It says balance this month for you is going to be important in a lot of areas. But you also have the Ace of Wands, which means I hear new beginnings for you, beginning of a journey, beginning of a family, beginning of recreating something. And I feel it's with people. So it would be maybe a relationship or a family. But it also says here there definitely will be reasons to celebrate. And don't forget how strong you are. I have the Strength card here, and I'm hearing that, strength is big time part of you. And it says that feeling of being alone, even when you're with people, when you get that feeling, you should ask yourself, what is going on here? But sometimes it's just to let you know that you're okay alone. Okay, even if you're in a relationship and you're alone at some time, it's just telling you that you're strong enough to make it through. Those of you, somebody, I'm getting this, I don't know if this is for one person or 1,000 people. If you had an argument with a lady with brown hair, she heard you and everything's going to be okay. Words were said that can't be taken back, but for some reason, somehow that will be okay. Boom. Are we done there? Can we move on? Yeah. Okay. It says new beginnings are possible for you with travel if you want to travel. New beginnings with, I feel like you're going to be making a new group of friends somewhere. Not that there's anything wrong with the friends that you have, but I don't know if you travel somewhere and meet a group of friends, or maybe you get going somewhere for work. But it just feels like there's going to be, your friend list is going to get longer. And it doesn't happen overnight, but you meet these, I want to say a group of people that really seem to ignite your soul or your wants, wishes, and daydreams. I feel they somehow have something to do with work. And then it just ends up being a big blessing to you. And, who couldn't use a new friend or a few more new friends? And you never have too many friends, they say. But it says, don't let sadness from the past, like you make choices about work, relationships, or whatever, and then treat new relationships like a new relationship. And it says, when sadness or guilt from the past arises, look up, how is this serving me? If it's not serving you, do the best you can to put it on the shelf. And you don't have to deal with everything at every moment. So let's go on to the love and money for you and see what's coming up here. But it seems like the healings from the past that you've had, excuse me, with family are for real, and they're going to last. So I hope that helps you. But let's do this. And I do have these shuffled. We just have to cut for the love department. Let's see what's coming up for love for you. in April. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Wands. Okay. And this here is if you're in a relationship or you're not in a relationship. It looks like quickly things could be improving. So I feel like if you're not in a relationship, you're going to have opportunities to meet people and somehow through work. I don't know if you're going somewhere or someone at work says, hey, my cousin's in town or my brother's in town or whatever, or sister, and I want you to meet him. Go meet him. What have you got to lose? That's what I would do, but that's up to you. Ace of Wands says new beginnings are definitely possible. In fact, in that meeting, I would like go to the person that's telling you about this, have them come with their partner or whatever to make it a lot easier and more comfortable for you. But this month, new beginnings are definitely possible in the love area. So, and that could be even if you're in a relationship and things haven't done so well, they could change on a dime. Remember that. So let's take a look for, oh, I better shuffle these. Let's see what's coming up for finances for you for this month in April. What is going on with the finances for April? Let's see here. What do we have? We have, the Six of Swords. We have the Sun card again. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like, I'm not sure, some of you may be wanting to move. God, I'm sounding like a broken record. I just said this not long ago either. Or if you want to travel, you're going to have the money to do it. And it might be you've put it away or you're going to put it away. And it brings you the Sun card, which is joy. With that said, this is Bonnie from Soul Star Bliss. Thank you so much for dropping by. And I'll see you again next month.